terrorist had entered Turkey in 2016. I believe he spent about 43 days in the country. Now, police are trying to find out what he was doing in this country, but we can tell from the manifesto that he was very interested in President Erdogan. There could have been an assassination plot, maybe. Police are speculating that he could have been searching for future targets in Turkey while he was here. And we also know that he went to a lot of early Christian artifacts and sites in Turkey. There's many throughout Anatolia. We know in his manifesto that he mentions the Hagia Sophia Mosque. That was a very important part of his manifesto. He talked about returning it back, taking it from the Turks, taking it from the Muslims. So this was a very important country to him. This was a country that he spent a lot of time in. And it's also very important, the timings of his entrances to Turkey. He came before the 2016 coup. And he also came back to Turkey again after the 2016 coup. So there's two entrances in 2016. Now, police are investigating to see what he did. Obviously, there's a lot of CCTV footage that is going to be looked over and reviewed to see where this man went while he was here, what areas did he case, and they're going to try to discover and put together pieces to understand this terrorist mindset better while he was in Turkey, and especially, most importantly, who he contacted and who he talked to while he was here.
I also read the manifesto, and Turkey has been mentioned so many times. Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan, Hagia Sophia, the mosque that used to be a church. Why do you think Turkey plays this role in his manifesto?
Well, I think Turkey's important to him from his mindset, being probably the most powerful Muslim country in the world, and President Erdogan, the most recognizable figure in the Muslim world. So these are obviously threatening targets to a white supremacist, a radical Christian. Turkey's a threat to him, he feels, by its power, by its influence, and the development of the country as well. I believe he's Eastern European descent. He has some Eastern European roots, I believe.
Yusuf, let me just interrupt you for a second. We have exclusive picture of the attacker entering Turkey. You can also take a look with me here. This is him entering Turkey. Could this be him at the airport? Could this photo, because obviously we see some of the luggage behind him. It is him at the airport. I just received the confirmation. So this is the exclusive picture for us while he was entering Turkey. So please continue. Sorry, I had to show this exclusive image that we just received in the last couple of minutes.
Some of the figures that he idolizes, a Serbian figure that he idolizes, and other figures. He also touches on many...
Ottoman history also,
yes,
that
Ottoman
part of the
history
world.
Also. He touches on many major defeats of Islamic powers. He touches on the Battle of Tours. He touches on Vienna, where the Ottomans were defeated during the siege of Vienna. So you could tell that it's not just Turkey that he's obsessed with, or the Muslims that he's obsessed with. He knows his history very well, too. And he knows the history of the Ottomans very well. As I was saying before, the siege of Vienna, you could tell, is a very important moment to him, something that's affecting him while he's building this neo-fascist, white supremacist ideology in his mind as he's growing up throughout his career. These are things that have a great impact on him, and he develops this hate. He develops this hate of Turkey. He develops this hate of a rising Muslim country and Islam growing. And he also develops a hate of migrants spreading out to the West. When we look at the West, the migrants have helped build the West throughout history. They've been such an important part. So unfortunately, this fascist ideology is
And also in many Muslim countries, President Erdogan, president of Turkey, is often mentioned as a Muslim leader, one of the most powerful Muslim leaders. Does this mean if he's mentioning Turkey so much, it's practically also attacking the Muslim world and the leaders behind them? And that's why his role is so important, because President Erdogan, the past couple of years, was kind of the face of the Muslim world.
Well, we look at President Erdogan. He's been in power now 16, 17 years. He's the most recognizable leader in the Islamic world. He's the president of the OIC right now.
Exactly, yes.
He's the face of the Palestine issue. He's the face of the Rohingya. He's taken in 3.5 million Syrian refugees to Turkey. He's accepted these people. So when you see these issues that really concern the Islamic world, he's the leading voice. And this is very important. He's the leading voice right now.
Exactly.
He is the face of the Muslim world. So this is obviously a figure that is very important to the Muslim world, and this is obviously a figure that he, as a white supremacist, he as a neo-fascist, despises. So because he's a symbol of democracy, he's a symbol of a developing Muslim world, a developing Middle East, and these are things that he wanted to crush with his white supremacist ideologies.